In this video, we are taking a first look at the TLR tuned Arrma Typhon. Welcome everyone, my name is Troy, this is Roadside RC. If you're new to the channel, what you'll find here is bashing and crawling and drifting and racing, plus product review videos and how-tos. And on the workbench today, look at this thing, brand spanking new, absolutely sparkling, just gorgeous TLR tuned Typhon. I got this temporarily loaned to me from my buddy, the Rich D RC. I can leave a link to his channel down below. He picked it up because he wants to go start racing, and he got a good deal on the Black Friday specials. And so I am going to take an overview, first look at this. We're going to get it out, drive it for the first time, see what it's like, see how it handles, and I'm going to give you my review, my thoughts on this buggy. Underneath here, what Mr. Rich D has already put in, Hobby Wing Max 8 ESC 2200 kV motor, beautiful combo for this. Fits in, honestly, fits in just perfectly. He has one of my favorites, the Zuske servo 25 kg in here, and then he's running it all on a Futaba radio system. But really, at the end of the day, that's not the magic here. You know, if you're new, if you've never heard of this before, this is the Arrma Typhon that Arrma has been selling for years now, typically as a 6S model. But they partnered with Team Losi Racing TLR, the kind of performance division of Losi, and they provided a lot of really upgrade key features on this vehicle. We have the TLR tuned shock towers that not only have a large number of adjustments here for the shocks, but actually have adjustable pillows right here and in the rear here, so that you can actually adjust a lot of different things within the control arm. Same thing on the bottom side, comes with the sway bars, comes with some just absolutely beautiful shocks, Team Losi Racing shocks here on the front. All of this repeats back here on the back. Look at all of the different adjustments, everything that we have back there. And it continues out on the hubs where you have multiple adjustment points, adjustable turnbuckles everywhere you look. They also provide you a different wing, a specific TLR for this buggy wing, with even adjustment little end bills up here so that you can actually adjust the total downforce on the rear wing. Even the chassis on the bottom here, even the chassis is different than the standard Arrma Typhon chassis. So really, compared to the V5 ready to run model, you do have some items on here that are truly better for performance. Are they really better for durability though? That's really a question mark that I have. Now for this test drive, I'm going to be using this Sakokin 6500. It's a 100C 4S LiPo. Now, the specs of this Hobby Wing system are easily capable of doing a 6S setup. However, if you are going to be using this vehicle for racing, this 2200 kV motor is really set up beautifully for 4S, and a lot of the 8-scale buggy rules and regulations are all around 4S. So that's why I'm going to be using this 4S LiPo for. So as it comes down to it, you know, one of the things I'm going to be looking for and thinking about as I drive this vehicle for the first time is really, who is this for? Is this for someone who's more into racing? Is it more for someone who's into bashing? What is truly the market intent for this vehicle? All right, if I'm honest, I feel really bad about this. This buggy has actually never even turned a tire yet. It's not mine, and I'm gonna be the first one to get it dirty. Thank you, Rich D. Thank you, Rich D RC. right, now let's face it, I don't truly believe that this Typhon is really made for just taking off a ramp in my front yard. You know, it's really much more meant to be at a racetrack doing that kind of thing. So I have a typical layout that I use here in my front yard. I'm going to do some runs with it, see how it does around that track. All right, and just like that, first drive is done. And don't go telling the rich DRC, but I kind of got it dirty, and I did crash it that one time. So, but all I have to say is, really out of the box, the Buggy drives beautifully. I mean, really, really does. Handles great. I know that my front yard grass is not the right place for it, but dude, it did awesome, handled great. I loved how when I was going into a corner, it would turn in sharp, it would turn in tight, but if I needed to tighten up the radius a little bit, all I had to do was breathe the throttle and it just tightened it right up, did not spin out. Really a good handling Buggy. I'm very excited to get this thing to the track to really see its full potential. So like I said in the beginning of the video, there is really a big question mark out here though. Is this Buggy for racing? Is this Buggy for bashing? What is its true intended market? And I really have to think that this is truly the budget entry level, and I know I say budget and it hurts, but budget entry level race Buggy, right? This is for someone who has maybe previously bashed a Typhon and wants to go try racing it, and realizes that the stock Typhon just really isn't set up for it. Where it fits in is that this chassis, already pre-assembled, is still like almost $200, more than $200 cheaper than its like pro grade racing counterparts. So if you're interested in going racing, but you don't think you want to step up and spend the full Team Losi money or the full Tekno money or something along those lines, you can save yourself a couple $100, still put the same electronics in it, still run this Buggy, be more competitive than you ever would have been in a ready-to-run Typhon, but yet still have all the good parts. You'll have the controller, you'll have the radio, you'll have the ESC and motor, you'll have maybe a good servo, you'll have all that stuff so that maybe next year, when you actually want to get a little bit more serious about racing, you buy that chassis kit, you have everything that you can put in there for it. After driving this for a little bit, I'm pretty convinced that I think truly if you're just out wanting to bash, just go get the Ready to Run. The Ready to Run is good out of the box, has good power, is all that, but is also really durable. You know, and I'm going to give you an example. These pillows here, where you can actually adjust the suspension on the Buggy, you know, those are plastic. Those are a plastic pillow. These upper control arms, where you have these upper turnbuckles mounted in here, that's not going to be as strong with all that open than a standard Typhon rear control arms or standard Typhon rear shock towers. Like, you're going to have more issues there if you're into extreme hard bashing. That's not what this Buggy's for. This Buggy is Arrma saying, okay, there's a lot of people that want to try to race their Typhons. here's a budget entry level best way of getting into it. So really, I think that's it. I think that's the key. So if you're on the basher side, get the ready to run. If you're curious about racing and you're going to do maybe 10% bashing but really 90% racing, I think this is really the better choice for you. I mean, it is great looking. It has lots of nice race spec parts ready to go on it, so it can be really a great choice for it. I still have some more stuff I want to do with this buggy. I'm going to get out there and looking at it. In the meantime, please come over here and check out some other videos that I've already made, and we will see you in the next one. So thank you and goodbye.